Hey everyone, Coach Alistair Tate here. You would have seen some posts that I've been working on some different tools in the background. And this particular one that I'm going to share today is called My Athletic Journey. So it started with the concept of a sticker book, and we were wanting to track progress and increase engagement for the athletes. Um, and the tools that we wanted just weren't in place. It wasn't practical. We were doing handwritten assessment tasks, and then it had to be entered manually. We looked at apps with some of the things that we're already using for attendance that had skill assessments you could do, and it just wasn't um, what we're after. So what I've been building in the background is is this. So module one's called Ignite Your Engine. Now, I've already filled in some sessions, and it progresses each week. But the idea is it follows our school term, and generally what we focus on. So this will be modified to suit our lesson plans. But as a guide and for us to pilot this and get some feedback, we've just set up some basic challenges. So by week 3 of 8. So there ends up being 6 weeks of activities that they're developing and being assessed on. And then week 7 and 8 is about bringing that together to be assessed and um, reflect on the learnings. So this one, we've got a sprint relay challenge. We're saying there's 35 points available. And when they start, we talk about what this week's concept is. So in the lesson, the coach would be explaining this as well. And so that's the learn. And then we go to do. So, yep, I'm ready. Show me the challenge. So we put them together in a team. We will practice some baton changes. We'll get them running with the relay baton in their hand, driving their arms, focusing on the running technique, and then we'll talk about teamwork and things like that. So we'll say, and then change it up. How quick did the team complete the relay? So that might have been half a lap. It might have been a shuttle relay. It might have been how many shuttles did they do without dropping the baton, then expanding to a bigger relay. So then after talking with the coach who has the iPad, we'd say that challenge is complete. So great, they got 10 points. Um, I've, and then they do a reflection. I found it hard to pass the baton in my left hand as an example, in my left hand as an example. And then they submit that. So some kids will put in a lot of detail, some won't put in much, but they'll still get some points. That's great. Coach is going to read this, might leave you a note, keep going. You're building habits of great athlete. So we're looking to get that buy-in. You've earned some points. Fantastic. We move on to the next week. So the next week would be power, the difference between, so there's always an explanation. So for them, once they do all these sessions, they start to get these badges. So once they've done all the sessions and all the reflections, they get a fire emoji. This is like a handwritten, and the power up, I think, is for our jump week. Sharpshooter would be they're hitting targets. And then a module one master means they completed everything and they're pretty competent. So at the moment, it's saying 4 of 20. So I've got to look at why some of these aren't lit up. And then we've got their profile, their emerging athlete, they've got Coach Al, had done a total of 75 points, 3 sessions, haven't earned any badges yet. So they're a rookie at the moment. The next one is the contender, but they've still got to earn this amount of points. The streak should be up to 3 weeks now that they've done 3 sessions. So I've got to fix that. Okay, so anyway, that's the athlete view. Now we'll go into the coach view. So you can get an idea of what that looks like. So I've added some athletes here. So we'll just go back to our test athlete one again. So at the moment, from when a coach logs in, they've done 3 sessions, 3 reflections. We want them to get some badges straight away, at least one, and then the better badges later. So I can see they've put their reflection in. I've seen they've filled this in, which is great. And then if I want to do a run assessment, I can go in here. So I've got to refine this a little bit, but basically we're saying a P is a pass, an I is an intervention the coach had to cue, and then R is reassess after some coaching. Did they pick it up and retain the learning? So we've got eyes and focus. Yep. Arm action was good. Knee position needed to intervene. Foot position needed to intervene. Heel position, it's probably an intervene as well, and that's okay. All right, and so then we give them, so this is no cues, just how did they run? So that's their first rep. Assessment 2, we gave them some cues. They fixed this up, which is great. That was all good. We're happy. So then we just only give them a few cues. Can they retain it? Do it again. Yes. Fantastic. They're all good. Great. Improved with feedback. So I'd be looking that I'll be able to use the microphone on the tablet and just get it, which will be quicker than typing. And then we can tidy up any typos later. And we say that's pretty good. So I've got to fix that because it's not saving the assessment, but you get the idea. All right, so it's a run assessment. All right, and then we've got skill assessments in here. So I'm still building this out. So let's look at throw technique. So we've got proper group and alignment of the object. So whether that's a shot put or a discus. This needed some work. That was okay. That needs some work. Yeah, they did that. And that needs some work. And then confident and committed action, that was good. Oops. Yep, that was good. So then I would submit that. So I've got to work out why that's not scrolling down, but that's all good. So you get the idea of what we're after. So these are actual athletes that I've invited. So that'll give me some feedback as to how easy it is to use and what's working and what's not. But anyway, that gives you guys an idea of what we've been working on. So hopefully we get some good engagement and we'll continue to build it out and make it even better, which would be awesome. Thanks for watching.